Time to leave Henry Co. Hunting Hollow parking lot. Gonna be hiking that way down the Gilroy Hot Springs Road to start off this trip. So let's get going. Today is April 20th, 2026, and Coyote Creek is flowing nicely here along the Gilroy Hot Springs Road. It's otherwise a pretty uneventful road walk to get to the Coyote Creek entrance of Henry W. Co. State Park. There's variability though, you know, north facing slopes versus south facing slopes. So I'll try to get a nice assemblage of the north facing slope so you can get a look at all the wildflowers that are in bloom. Well, I was eating when I passed the most beautiful assemblage. But let me try to show you some yellow sticky monkey flower here. And some globe lily here. And heading over this way, we've got some Chinese houses. Some with purple, pink, whatever color that is. And some that is more white. But up above, upslope, there's more monkey flower, more globe lily, poison oak. But up at the top there is a really pretty Clarkia. Common name is fairy fan. Whoa, let's see if we can zoom in on it. Hopefully I'll get to see some down at the elevation I'm at. Until then, bye for now. Here we've got some ethereal spear. And over this way, just a little bit, I did see a nice fairy fan. Can we zoom in on that? What a beautiful little Clarkia that is. Oh, and right next to it, we have some lupin still blooming a little bit. Nice. Here we've got some lovely foothill larkspur growing alongside some of the gorgeous ethereal spear. So very lovely. My Seek app says this is chick lupin, and it's growing on the hillside with the larkspur, the foothill larkspur and the ethereal spears. Beautiful. We'll be reaching the end of the paved road walk soon. Up ahead you can see the bridge over Coyote Creek, the continuation of the Gilroy Hot Springs Road, but it is not open to the public, and I am not going to be going that way, although someday I do hope that I get to go up there and explore. According to the map, there is a special permit. I've never looked into how to get one of those permits, so I do not know what is involved. But at this point, I will be turning to the right and continuing to walk northward, and I will now be on Coit Road. So it's still a road walk, but no longer a paved road walk. Looks like some farewell to spring Clarkia over here. Very beautiful. Here is the next junction with the Coit Road and Grizzly Gulch Trail. And it looks like there might be some work going on. I know Backcountry Weekend is this weekend, so maybe there's work to be done here as well. We're basically at Coit Camp, and there's an open gate, a picnic table, a little shelter, a trash can. First creek crossing. I think I'll be able to do it with dry feet. Here's some of the old ranch ruins, pretty numerous here at Henry W. Coe State Park. And on the opposite side of the road, there is access to a swimming hole down at Coyote Creek. From Coit Road, there's places you can look across the canyon and see some of the buildings out at Gilroy Hot Springs. This is in the distance. There's better shots, but this is the first view. Looking downstream Coyote Creek, back toward the Coyote Creek entrance, which is not visible, but you might be able to make out the road. There it is. There is rain coming in tonight, so I keep telling myself to get moving, but it's so hard to do when it's so beautiful. The sea cap says this is also chick lupin. Very different color though. I'm loving it. We've reached that point on Coit Road where you can look across the Coyote Creek Canyon and see more of the buildings at the Gilroy Hot Springs site. Just a really lovely place. Looks like a game trail over there on the left side of all the Chinese houses. I'm sure sometimes water's flowing through there. And over here is the path that I'll be coming down on my way out to rejoin Coit Road. But for now, I keep going on Coit Road. Another wildflower moment. We've got some rose clover. We've got some blue-eyed grass, some miniature lupin. There's the blue-eyed grass. Behind the lupin, there's the lupin flower, and there's kind of an old rose clover. Here's some other fresher rose clover. And over this way, we've got some owl's clover. Let's zoom out a little bit. There it is. Some is tall, some is not as tall. All very beautiful. Got some work going on. I wonder if this guy's coming all the way down the road my way. Kind of looks like it. Guess I'll get off the road. Really hope he's not coming back right away. I better go. He is is backing up again. You might be able to see his lights there in the center. But I have reached the junction with the Grapevine Trail. So let's head on up Grapevine Trail and say goodbye to Coit Road for now. We will be rejoining Coit Road again later today. Here's some beautiful wildflowers. Owl's clover and the chick lupin, ethereal spear. Oh, there's a dragonfly. Can you see him? Oh. There's a dead critter in this middle of the trail. Is that a gopher? A vole? It's got some serious front claws up there. Not sure what it is. Approaching Lower Grapevine Spring, and I can actually see it flowing from here, similar to how it was in March when I was out here. I don't need water, but I just cannot resist water flowing like this. So I'm going to grab some. There we go, we got a liter. Well, there you go. Despite not needing water, there's a 1.5 liters ready to go. And there's a little bit more in my dirty bag. I'm just going to go ahead and carry it. What can you do when you just have easy, abundant, gorgeous water flowing? How can you just walk past it even if you don't need it? Love this place. Onward to Upper Grapevine Spring, which is going to be this way. Passed by the outflow of Lower Grapevine Spring. Quite a lot of water here. They even give you a little bridge to cross it. And onward it flows down toward Coyote Creek. Here's the Grapevine Trail that I've been coming up between Lower and Upper Grapevine Springs. There's water flowing right over there. And just up ahead is Upper Grapevine Spring. They are very close to one another. Water flowing away from Upper Grapevine Spring. Another wonderful spring. I have not collected water here, but why not? I'm not going to stop and collect more right now because I got plenty. So the springs themselves must be up in there. These serpentine rocks. Awesome. Still on Grapevine Trail. Heard some quail a second ago. Beautiful Chinese houses all through here. We got black oak overhead, it looks like. Nope, that does not look like black oak. It looks like valley oak. A second ago we were under black oak. Damp here. We had some rain last week. Actually, maybe these are blue oak. Got a ways to go because we got to get up there along the ridge. Nice pool. Upstream a little bit, but I've got to keep climbing, so I'll just cross here and keep going. If I make a noise, will it move? Well, I gotta hike. My dear, I'm sure you will trot away as I begin to move. See if I can capture that on video. Guess I was wrong. Still there. I'm really surprised. Have you not seen a person before, my dear? I gotta hike. First yellow Mariposa lily I have seen. Wow. Still more to go to reach the ridge. I have to say, I'm kind of looking forward to the road again. Usually I love the single track, but grass is pretty high. Always thinking about ticks, maybe rattlesnakes. Onward. Well, it turns out I'm almost to Coit Spring Trail because there's the spring right over there. I did not check out that spring when I was here in March. Probably won't this time either. 3 deer. Oh, there they go over the ridge. Well, look at this. Coit Springs Trail. We're gonna go in the direction toward the deer, I believe. Let's take a look at the app. There's Coit Spring here on Coit Spring Trail, but my path is going to be up that little knoll there. Appears to be water there below Coit Spring, so that looks promising. Look at how beautiful it is. So the trail that went up over the knoll is Cross Canyon Trail. That's what I'm on now, and it'll take me to Coit Road. I was told these are called blow wives, but my app says it's a silver puff. Anyway, Cross Canyon Trail is joining Coit Road, just as expected. So when I was here in March, I continued across Coit Road and on down Cross Canyon Trail. But I'm on a different route today. So today I'm gonna turn left and go that way down Coit Road. Probably stop by Lost Spring Trail. We'll first meet up with Mahoney Meadows Road, and probably continue on to Los Cruzeros, but we'll see. Hike on. Nice views and nice to be on the road again. Up ahead is the junction of Mahoney Meadows Road and Coit Road. So Coit Road makes a hard left right there. But we're not going to go left. We're going to continue on straight. And I guess we're going to pass that truck over there, which must be a Ranger. Yep, it's a Ranger truck, all right. Looks like a nice one. Mahoney Meadows Road, here we go. Seek says these are hairy gumweed. I guess it's probably right. Guess I'll be over on those ridges in the days to come. There's a pond down there. Not sure what it's called. Oh yeah, so Cross Canyon Trail continues along that ridge there, sort of in the foreground. And that is where I camped in March before heading down and across, I think that might be Kelly Cabin Creek down in the arroyo there. Can't see it, of course. And before going up Heartbreak Trail to, I think it's Willow Ridge over there. There's Mahoney Meadows Road headed on up. I forgot all about Cowgirl Trail. We're gonna take a turn on Cowgirl Trail. Yippee-ki-yay. Cowgirl Trail. This is where she begins. big ol' rock in there. Awesome. Okay, so back to wading through the grass. Oh, look at this. Beautiful irises. Woohoo! Cowgirl Trail is just about to end. Back onto Mahoney Meadows. Here's some vetch, hairy vetch it's called. Very pretty plant. The app said that the iris is called bowl tube iris. Bowl tube iris, never heard of it. Sure is pretty though. Back onto Mahoney Meadows Road. Nice view. Another pond. Looks like it would be easy to collect water from this pond if you didn't collect it back at Grapevine, Lower Grapevine Spring, and carry it with you all this way, like somebody I know did. Just above the pond here, this looks like a nice place to camp, actually. Well, there is the cow poo, but there's things to sit on. And there's extra decorations in the tree. I guess since it's forecast to storm, I probably don't want to be under branches quite this thick tonight. I'm gonna keep going. I'm sure these pictures don't do justice to the beauty of this road. Oh, and look, through the tree, behind the tree, there's an outhouse. An outhouse up there at the junction. I don't think I need to go, but I'm headed that way. Approaching the junction now with the Lost Spring Trail, and I had originally planned to take that and to camp at Lost Spring Camp, but I think it might be more exposed to the weather that's coming in, and so I'll have to make a decision here whether to continue on Mahoney Meadows to Los Cruzeros or check out Lost Spring as I had intended to. If I don't check it out this time, then it'll give me a reason to come back, right? Well, let's see what the trail looks like from the junction. I think essentially either path will be going downhill into the East Fork of the Coyote Creek, where Los Cruzeros is. So this looks like Lost Spring, huh? Nope, that says China Hole. So there is China Hole Trail. It looks pretty well worn. Look at all the blowwives or silver puffs. And this is the Lost Spring Trail. Maybe I'll just leave that for another time to discover. There's the outhouse. Let's go see what Mahoney Road looks like. I am curious as heck about the Lost Spring Trail, but the last report, as I recall, there wasn't actually a lot of water reported at the spring, and I'm carrying water. Looks like those trees burned several years ago during the fire, but some of them survived. This area looks like it was hit pretty hard. Oh, there's a couple of quail on the trail. Can you see them? They're running away. They stopped running. They'll run again. Steep coming down Mahoney Road, but now it's sort of becoming more reasonable. Look at how gorgeous it is. Doesn't that look inviting? This is not it. There's another uphill stretch. But I think the Lost Spring Trail should be coming in right about here somewhere. Don't see anything that looks like a trail. Probably can't see all the holes in there. Granary tree. And I was wrong. There's where Lost Spring Trail joins Mahoney Meadows Road. I think Mahoney Meadows Road was pretty rough. And I would definitely next time check out Lost Spring Trail. There was a lot of down and then some up. And I don't know if you had to do all that as well on Lost Spring Trail. I guess I'll find out next time. That's another beautiful tree. They're everywhere, aren't they? Oh yeah, rain clouds. I gotta get my camp set up. Los Cruceros, 0.4 miles. Almost there. And Lost Spring Camp, 0.3 to the left. Kelly Cabin Creek. Yep, it's definitely got water. Maybe I should cross up here, although there's not really any place on the opposite bank to walk, is there? Not really. This crossing looks doable. Do I hear voices? I hear quail. Los Cruzeros. The wind is hitting here pretty directly, not the sheltered thing that I thought I would find. So I'm gonna go explore a little bit. This is the East Fork of Coyote Creek, just on the other side of the rocks from my tent. Wow, the water looks really deep there. Nice swimming hole. And there's my tent. There's the sky. It has not started to rain. It was kind of breezy. The wind has kind of died down. So I guess it's time to get some dinner ready. I'm really bummed because my chapstick is gone. Oh no! How will I last 4 or 5 days without my chapstick? Here's how it looks down at the creek. Really beautiful. Kind of astounding, the different colors of the rocks. Look at these boulders. We got a dark gray, kind of blue ones. We got the lighter gray ones. We got the green ones. We got the orange ones. What an interesting place. I wonder about the geology here. Lichen looks happy. Swallows. I wonder if they roost around here. Come and eat the mosquitoes, guys. It is raining. And the frogs are croaking. Good night.